Okay. Well, good morning. It is 7:15 on Wednesday, July 17th. We are at the Finance Committee meeting. So we've got one agenda item to discuss two different items. Let's start with the 24-25 student fees. So again, what was in the agenda and on the packet was a proposal to raise the school fees approximately $10 for the general registration fee. And again, that comes from a recommendation with an increase with consumables, and particularly in the area of mathematics and our new literacy program, which is workbook based. I know we did raise $5 a year ago. Again, that was kind of due to, extreme inflationary costs. Again, this is all based around consumables and things like that too as well. I also did share below in the bottom half of the document, again, some recommendations. These are more electives and or explore courses, working with our staff about some of those extras when it comes to mostly the elective areas, things like that. So the athletic fee can recommend is to stay the same. And then again, the transportation fee is the alternate transportation or the pay to ride program for students who are in our walking areas, but a bus goes by and we have room. So just wanted to start the conversation with the proposal of a $10 increase.
So $10,000 total for the district?
Just under, that's approximately, yeah. Yep.
Extremely insignificant to the whole,
Right.
extremely insignificant.
Yeah, it is.
For the district, right, but to an individual family, right, you're talking?
To an individual family, I'm not gonna call $10 insignificant.
Right.
Again, it's just kind of to help correlate the cost of the education
Mhm.
and the consumables. So
And
this
I
is
would-
not a revenue maker for us,
No.
by any means.
Yeah, and,
To offset.
if we were a school with a large population of free and reduced lunches, probably you'd say would be insignificant.
We have about a 4 to 5% free and reduced lunch population, and if you are on free or reduced, we do waive fees for families. Again, they qualify, and if there is a financial burden, we do work with families as well.
So total registration cost for a middle school student? All in?
All in, total registration for a middle school student, let's do a fifth grader.
Okay.
Fifth grader would be 105, and then they would have a $10 family consumer ed fee of 15, and then a $40 fee. So $155, all in for a year of education. Correct. Yep. 7th and 8th grade, it's a little bit more because they have that fabrication, which is in our wood shop, metal shop area. Again, the consumables for that is a little bit higher. It would be $175 because it's about a $10 increase there.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I have no problem with it, $10 increase.
I'm not for it, an increase. I'm just not for an increase. But,
Okay.
I mean, we can bring to the board.
We'll bring it to the board, yep. So what I will highlight is that there is no formal recommendation coming out of the Finance Committee, and it'll be in the hands of the board.
Board
Yep, be the board decision, so, okay.
And I'll just express why. I just think, we trend this out, it's $200 to send your kid to school. Family of 3 is $600,
Mhm.
right, which is very typical, right, to students, per family, right, so.
Mhm.
That job becomes a little more significant.
Right, so the increase from a year ago would be, for the fifth grade family, the increase would be, for a family of 2, would be $20, a family of 3 would be $30, 30 to 40, I shouldn't say that because for
We're up
fifth
to,
grade, we
we're
have
up
$10.
$20. This is, in 3 years, we're up $20, right?
In 3 years, we've been up $20, correct? Yep,
Okay.
approximately.
So and all the electives, we just started charging for last year.
Correct, yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
So it would be an increase for a family of approximately,
For,
three
with
kids.
3 kids in a 5th grade, it would be an increase of $45, 15 per child. And for a primary school student, it would be $30 approximately.
Okay.
So that's where it comes from an opportunity there, so.
And just looking at other districts, Ron, sorry.
Yep, no problem.
This still puts us, we'll call it above average, but, are other districts raising their fees, or are these pretty steady? I don't see that on here.
It is, so what I can tell you is Merton, Richmond, Heartland Lakeside, and Swallow have finalized their fees for next year. So those are updated. Lake Country updated theirs on July 10th, so that is not updated, and Snowbank and North Lake have yet to be
But
updated.
have they increased in the last few years? Or are they at that level already? It don't, I mean, we can have it for the board meeting, do you have it?
I have it, yeah,
Okay.
I actually do, yep. So I collected it a year ago, and I do not believe, let me see, let me give you the facts here on that. Yep, I got a tab right down here for it, so 23, 24. It looks like, again, I didn't have Richmond's information
Yeah,
from a
sorry.
year ago, but Heartland Lakeside and Swallow raised theirs by $5, and Heartland Lakeside kept theirs steady.
Okay.
And Lake Country was recommending, actually, it looked like Lake Country, when we talked about a recommendation, was recommending a $15 increase from 70 to 85 from a year ago for their recommendation. Whether that went through on July
Yeah,
10th,
right,
I don't know yet, but
right.
the recommendation was a $15 increase. But to your point, Justin, yes, we would be on the higher end
Yeah.
of those school fees. Yep. So. Okay. All right, lunch prices. Again, I did work with with Chartwells and our food service manager and the director, and taking a look at labor costs, food service costs, meal costs and things like that. Again, the recommendation is a 10-cent increase per meal, approximately. And then there is a recommendation for a tier 2, or what we call it, premier. Again, it's a little bit fancier, of 20 cents from there too. And again, that price hasn't been raised for a while. From that tier 2 price too. And again, milk price, so again, a small increase of 5 cents there too as well. So the projected increase in revenue by a 10-cent increase is approximately $7,000. When we take a look at the overall ledger of projected with these increases is approximately $7,000. So
It's a lot of meals.
it's a lot of meals. It's a
It's
lot of meals. That's a lot of meals. Yeah, we do sell a lot of meals
All right.
from that standpoint too. So again, they are looking at, from a inflationary cost, they got about 4% raise, I do believe, with the food service workers.
That's the contracted, what they gave, or that's.
No, that is what, it was CPI. The CPI raise is what they were given, so.
But that's part of the contract that we have with them, they decide that, not us.
No, we can decide that.
We decide.
We decide that, yep, we decide that. Yep. Because they come in and say, because we pay for it, they're like, hey, what would you like to do?
Okay.
Again, we just gave the recommended CPI.
So what was the contractual increase with their food service vendor?
Approximately 3.25% increase as well.
So this doesn't keep up with that. This is a 3% increase, 3.1.
This'll keep up. Again, when we take a look at all the factors and how many meals we do, where it's approximately a $7,000 increase. I did say, what happens if we do nothing? The projection was about a $4,000 loss. If we do
in the food service.
in the food service world, so it's about a swing of about $11,000 there too, so.
Okay. This one I'm not opposed to. I
Opposed
think
to?
people have a choice to not take that much,
Mhm.
right? So.
Back when the lunch program was initiated, Fund 50, it was, to always run in the black, but never to run in the red.
Yeah, and this does keep up with that expectation as well too, so. All right, so I'll move that forward to the board, and we'll go from there. So any future agenda items anybody would like to see?
So we'll make corrections to the, will we have any corrections to make to the budget, past budget?
Yes, so what we will do is we'll meet before the annual meeting in either late August or early September. And I can present that to you. Again, I do have a meeting with CISA 5 to review our new revenue limit. Like I shared with the board, there was an increase in equalization aid or state aid to the district, which will affect our levy in a positive way. Still determining how much of that was through the biennial budget, if there was a small increase in state aid there, and how much is what we call the MPS effect, and what would be the one-time dollars moving forward. So I'll have that information for you.
Actually, I'm asking about the 23-24 budget. Do we have to make any line item changes?
No, we are good that way, and I'm also not recommending, again, in working with PMA and CISA and some other business managers, this would be the time of year where we would make an adjustment into our Fund 46 account, where the district would levy that. After taking a look at and analyzing that, if we do spend those dollars and put them into Fund 46, it affects how much state aid we get. So we can always, assign that fund balance to some other facility project, but instead, this year's surplus, we will be sliding into just general fund increase.
And how much is that surplus?
We're still, final audit will be coming up here, and we'll have those dollars at the end of the month. Estimated approximately $150,000 to $200,000 is what we estimate.
And we thought we were gonna be
150 in the hole. Yeah.
So it's a pretty swing.
Yeah. Yep. So we were able to fit some facility projects in at that time to get that number down a little bit too, and some of those RTU.
We've talked about this before. I don't know if it needs to be a finance committee thing, but just a general review of the budget line item and actual spending.
Yep.
That's something I would like to, make open to the public, obviously, with that they can easily access.
Yeah, easily access that
Just
too.
know what, if we see a budget, and we're up to how big is our budget next year?
We're looking at about an $11 million.
Right? There's a lot of ways to spend money.
There's a lot of those things.
Right.
Yep, exactly. So we
I would
can
like to see that.
Yep.
At some point.
We certainly can. All right.
Okay.
Okay, all right. That's it. Thank you, guys.
We're gonna meet in here then?
Yep, we'll be back here at 8 o'clock.